What's up, Taurus? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to do your weekly reading starting June 30th, 2025. Taurus, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. Oh my God, cards just want to pop out all over the place. Um, Before I begin, your messages for the week, the deck I'm using will be listed in the description box. Also, happy 4th of July celebration to any bull out there that celebrates the 4th of July. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to cleanse the energy here of doing Aries messages. Interesting reading for the week. And let's see what we come up with for Taurus. All right, let's the energy for Taurus this week. What is the potential energy for Taurus? All right, here we go, Taurus. Let's cut the deck. And first card of energy for you. Did I turn this deck around? I sure did. Okay, so Five of Wands. Five of Wands, not to worry too much here, Taurus. It just usually is how I read it anyway. Projection of energy that may come on to you this week. Be careful that you're not getting engaged. I know when, holidays approach, it's not like a major holiday like Christmas or Thanksgiving where, even though it's those two holidays are supposed to be the most joyous time, a lot of stuff really goes down when it comes to having to get together with family members and friends. And if traveling is involved, it just, gets crazy. But the same energy could be applied here. And this is, petty fights or arguments coming in from others towards you. And if you don't engage it, don't worry about it because it will come in quickly if that is the case. If it's not that, then it could be that, sometime during the week, you'll just feel a little bit restless and that too shall pass. All right. But the most important thing is not to engage in any types of petty fights or arguments. Could be family members, friends, romantic partners, co-workers, bosses, whatever. Up next now we have the major arcana, the Hermit. So some of you may be needing and wanting to detach, wanting to be by yourself. Maybe you don't want to celebrate the holiday. That's okay. The Hermit is just neutral energy. If you have to retract and want to spend some time alone, you're not going to spend this time alone for, a lengthy period of time. Some of it just may involve some bulls who are into meditating. It could be that, catching up reading a book. Or, if you have pets or whatever, you just want to spend good quality time with your pets. Need a moment for yourself just to think about something that may be, on your plate or perplexing. The lantern he holds is usually what I regard as, clear perspective. So the light at the end of the tunnel. So even if you had to go within to, think about something, to come to some sort of resolve, and whether it's involving a situation, person, or an event, you will arrive at the answer and come out with a clearer perspective on things. Up next now we have the Four of Swords. Again, rest, relaxation, replenishment, rejuvenation, taking care of yourself. This too is like a detachment from those things that you have become attached to. Maybe taking, some time off. Now this holiday will be a 3-day weekend for a lot of us. So maybe you throw in an extra day or whatever, or you start your week off early by, you know, putting in that extra time off. But this is taking care of yourself, Taurus, quieting your mind, settling things down in your mind, taking a break from things, just doing something just for yourself, exclusively for yourself, reclaiming your independence, reclaiming your happiness. And that would be the Four of Swords. Also, too, if we don't get any of the movement cards here, Taurus, you may be planning, and doesn't mean that if we don't get them that you guys still may not be traveling or whatever. You still could be traveling this week because of the holiday. But this is usually planning future trips. If we get any movement cards, then you're either planning a trip this week and execute planning to take that trip during this week's time. Up next now we have the Page of Swords. This is new information, new conversations. And the new conversations could be taking place with new people or existing people. This is just basically a court card where it comes through as a first action, first decision. Also information, any types of information However you gather your information, your news, it could be through watching the TV, reading the newspaper, social media. That's all that it is. Also, I read that the page of swords could be someone who is newly taking up some sort of interest in you, a Taurus. They may be checking you out through social media. They could be a coworker, they could be a friend, they could be a neighbor. But if we don't get the moon or the seven of cups, then they're just still checking you out, seeing what um, their interest lies in you. Okay, so following the page of swords here for you, now we have the ace of wands. Ace of wands just basically means something rapidly coming in very, very fast, possibly that put a smile on your face. This is a card of initializing. So you would be the initializer, initializing, beginning something new in terms of a beginning stage of some sort of passion. So it could be a new relationship, but it also could be a new hobby or creative pursuit. Um, so yeah, something new, very fast comes in. Now the news could come to you from an actual person. The news could come through a phone call, could come through a letter, a mail, or anything like that. All right. There's always an element of surprise with the Ace of Wands. Following that, we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here. Since we have the Page of Swords here in terms of actions and decisions, whatever you go through this week in terms of any actions or decisions, follow through, Taurus. Do not submit to yourself. This is standing your ground, because if you submit to yourself or submit to others, this is the card of regret. So always follow through in terms of what you got going on this week. All right. Queen of Wands here, she's going to send in a burst of energy to you. She's focused on something or someone. She normally goes after whatever it is that she's focused on. Her passion and intensity is greater than the energy of the Ace of Wands, so she can express herself in a sexual manner. It's usually very, very positive. All right, but she can also send in a burst of energy to any creative bull out there, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with any creative pursuits. That burst of energy could be it's usually positive, spread out into any area, really. Okay. But you're very intense about it, very passionate. Following that, we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands here is about celebrations. Of course, it's in line with the 4th of July, celebrating with family members, friends, romantic partners. This could be any forms of proposals, engagements. Someone could be thinking about relocating or moving to a different area. Someone could be thinking or deciding to move in with one another, whether it's romantic partners, friends, um, family members. Always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building. So someone could be getting married, definitely celebrating parties, birthdays, anniversaries, you name it. All right. That is the Four of Wands. Up next here, now we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, money is looking good. Balanced energy. Some of you may be, depending on if you have like a 4-day work week or a 3-day work week, still putting in the grind, paying attention to the details of the work that you do. But this could be for any bull out there who may receive a job offer, who may receive a promotion, pay raise. Okay, balanced energy. That balanced energy of the pentacles can be stretched out into any other area of your life this week as well. So at least the money is looking good, stable. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles, even more stable. 10 of Pentacles is one of the big money cards here, Taurus, and this is about abundance, inheritances, big promotions, big pay raises. For any risk-taking bull, that likes to do the gambling and stuff, play responsibly, because this is big money that could be coming through. Also, it's balanced energy like the 8 of Pentacles. So again, very big source of income here through any means of promotions, bonus money, pay raises, inheritances, could be hitting the lottery. And look, it's underneath the Ace of Wands, the news that comes in very fast that puts a smile on your face. Okay. Additional messages for you is the Ten of Swords. 2 tens in a reading is very auspicious energy, so it's usually positive. But the Ten of Swords here represents an ending of some sort that's happening around you. A new situation is about to be created or open up for you. For any bull that I'm reading for, if it's not you, maybe somebody that you know, maybe scheduling inpatient or outpatient surgical procedures. It's going to be painful, but then again, the Ten of Swords always comes through to offer relief and recovery. Eight of Swords here. You're not blindfolded. Okay. You're not surrounded by swords. You're not feeling trapped or tied up. This is a card that you have to be careful about, Taurus, because I always talk about how tricky it can be if you allow this energy to get hold of you. And so if you are dealing with any types of Eight of Swords, this is about worries, fears, tensions, doubts, nervousness, possibly not sleeping at night. Could be any of those things related to a person, a situation. It could be your job. But also too, if it's not something that you're dealing with, well, if you are dealing with it, I always say deal with it and get rid of it as much as you possibly can. But if you're not dealing with it, that's the trick side of this, where you're, infiltrating your mind with unnecessary, jargon that could be related to a situation, person, or event. And then you're placing or putting an outcome on that event. I also get that there could be a break in communication with family members, friends, romantic partners, whether they're near or far. Um, but yes, if you are dealing with this, deal with it. Work on the energies, the conflicts that you may be dealing with. If you're not, then you could be just doing yourself a disservice here, or worrying about something that has yet to come or will, never come. So be careful here with the Eight of Swords. All right, so the last card I have for you in the spread, Taurus, is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, pay attention to your intuition for sure. There may be some options that are presented to you this week, making sure that you trust your intuition. If there are multiple options that are presented to you, that you're going to pick and choose what's going to be best for you in the long term. Also, to the Seven of Cups is a card that I always say that if you receive it in your spread, again, you could be receiving that love, that devotion, that commitment, that dedication from your family members, friends, or romantic partners. Okay. All right, so Taurus, this is what I have for you this week. Just me interpreting the cards as always. Just take what's going to work for you, leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Enjoy the holiday if you're celebrating. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Taurus, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.